implies that we must be conscious of the environment. We must make good use of our environment, irrespective of the state we are today. The environment, whatever we throw in, have a way of coming back to us. And that is where we got it wrong so many years back. And that has continued for a very long time. We are oil host community. The Niger Delta hosts the largest oil well. 98% of the oil found in Nigeria are in the Niger Delta region. And in the process of announcing and doing all that to ensure we get the weight of the oil, we neglected the environment. And today, many things are happening. So as the future and tomorrow leaders, your duty after this talk is for you to be advocates of the environment. It goes beyond the oil because we always clamor for the oil. What do we do with the environment we have? The SDG goals, goal 7, goal 13 of the 17 SDG goals emphasize on the environment. And if we must make the environment suitable for us now and the future, which is the sustainability, then there must be a deliberate effort today to ensure that tomorrow will be better. Sustainability means enjoying today but not hindering or destroying the future for the upcoming generation. That is what we call sustainability in environmental study. So today we gather to discuss the critical issues that affect all of us, the environment. And we have been told on the charted visionary path for leaders of the future so many things. Our guest lecturer took us down the lane of how Nigeria evolved to this very day and the challenges of leadership, and he capped it all on corruption at every given stage of our life. And that corruption has also affected our environment. I give you this example. If our government is sincere, it will not place a fine of $2 for 1,000 cubic of gas that is fled. If our government is sincere, and even that $2, it goes to the power that be, not the people who are affected. We talk about ecological fund. I'm just bringing up this language because we are researching more than us now. Internet era. The ecological fund is meant for polluting the environment to remediate it. The people have so little narrative benefits of the environment, and the world came together and said, for the more your country pollutes, the more fund you pay for the environment, and they call it ecological fund. And today you don't see it. Now, how our own generation, which is you now, like our speaker told us, this generation has failed us. You are the one to redeem the system, so that your born children and you also will not suffer some of the untold hardship we are suffering today. We must be advocates of the environment. So the environment is of focus. As we stand at the crossroads of progress and sustainability, it is essential to understand, confront, manage, and combat today's environmental challenges into sustainable work for the future. We have so many environmental issues confronting us. I just mentioned one. Now, we've had a break of 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and we are giving food pack. Is that not true? All of us got one, and they are in a plastic container and in a plastic nylon. Living here, some of them will be seen on our gutter. Some of them will find their way into our drainages and will plug our waterways. That's an environmental issue. So as a person who has come for this awareness campaign, for this sensitization, you must live here having a new culture of keeping our environment. When I drove in, I was very happy with the management of this school. It's a very long-standing institution that have gone through years, over 60 years now, and it's still standing. 70, sorry, 80. Thank you very much. Look at the environment. I'm sure you are happy being a student of this school. But some of us who have come from our various schools, if you take a clue, from this place to see that the cleanliness we observe here should be something you must take home, even if you don't understand anything we are saying here. That is the first step to ensure that we take care of our environment. And it goes beyond that. You see the trees in this place. Some of these trees were planted when some of you were not born. And they are taking care of them today. Nobody comes to say, oh, I like this tree, let me turn it for firewood or for one rosary or the other. No, they are keeping them clean. They do more than just the tree. They capture the carbon that are being emitted to the environment. You see, there is pollution everywhere. On this tree, do some work which we will not discuss today. So it means that we must have a deliberate way of ensuring that our environment is safe for us to live, not for this generation alone, the generation to come. But the future leaders, as we are here, we must understand the challenges so that we can confront them head on by managing these inherent challenges, thereby converting the environmental nuisance into sustainable wealth and reap the benefit of the future goals of our environment and the society at large. Now, the topic again is understanding, confronting, managing, and converting today's environmental challenges into wealth. Looking at all the words there, I want to break it down so that we will understand. First of all, we want to understand the environmental challenges. We face numerous environmental challenges from climate change and pollution to biodiversity loss, to pollution from degradable and non-degradable materials, and to deforestation and all that we can talk about today. Let's look at them one after the other. Climate change. In 2012, some of you who are still very young as at that time know the devastating effect of the flooding that occurred in this environment. Visually, some of us were trapped within Ughelli here. You cannot cross to go to Blackboard. Is that not true? Now, 2022 was worse. 10 years after, 2022 was worse. That the road was totally cut off. And so many things happened. That didn't occur just by accident. It is because of we not doing anything about what we are putting into the environment and thereby altering the weather condition. And today we suffered it then. It took almost 3 months. Many couldn't cross Bayelsa to River State. You have to come back to Delta, go to Odisha, go through Owerri, maybe before you can access Port Harcourt and the other part of the south political zone. That is because of abuse of the environment. Now, we have biodiversity loss. Biodiversity loss. Many things we saw before when we were young, we see some kind of animals in the bush. But because we litter the environment, because of our activities, pollution from carbon, pollution from different human activity, and make us lost so many good things that make the environment habitable. So many of the plants we used to know before, some of us, when we out of our own live today, we cannot find them. We call it share leaf. Is that not? One of the greatest things that give manure to our land, they are no longer, we can't find them again because we deforest, because we do weed burn, indiscriminate weed burning, and so many environmental activities that affects the environment. Now, I am a physicist. I teach what we call the atmospheric physics. If you look at the atmosphere, we have different layers. The first layer, we call it the troposphere. That is where we are. All environmental pollution, all that we do are within the troposphere. It's between the sea level and 12 kilometers above the sea level. All pollution occurs there. And whenever there's a pollution, it comes back to the environment. That is through precipitation or other means. all that we throw into the environment, either we release some poisonous gases or any other thing. Some of the industry around us release some things that the government are not checking. All of them come back to us as pollution, and this has affected us. Look at our health today. Some of the sickness we are experiencing or people undergoing or being treated of today are alien in the 90s, in the 70s, and in the 60s. But because of environmental issues, so many issues of health are being faced. In those days, even when you hear in the 80s, when you hear of cancer, it's an abomination. You can hardly hear of anything cancer. But today, virtually for every 10 person, there is the probability of that cancer in one, especially from elderly classes. Why? Because of our environmental problem or pollution. And this is not good for us. And this is increasing on daily basis, causing so many other environmental challenges to man and to the environment, to the society at large. Now, degradable materials. Look at our drainages. When you go through some of our roads today, you see different refuse dump, and you see different manner of things. We don't check how we use biodegradable and non-biodegradable materials. In a safe and civilized society, this plastic supposed to be collected by some persons, either the producer return to the producer for recycling or any other means. But that is not done today, and there is no law or there is no regulation to how all these things are used. Thank God, awareness is coming gradually. You go to some supermarket today, they will not give you any more, but they will give you some biodegradable material that can get rotten, become fertilizer or the cellophane. Another plastic material which are polyester in nature, they cannot degrade, and they are having serious issues in our environment. We complain that our soil is no longer fertile as it used to be. These are part of the issue. Now, look at the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the soil we cultivate. All of them have been polluted. These are challenges. These are challenges. The air we breathe. Now, some people without any virus, they still put on those masks because they are afraid of the air we breathe. And that is the truth. At times, you put your on your nose ring in the morning and just look at the carbon attached box of the city we live in. That is not good enough. These are environmental challenges we must confront. I've talked about the plastic menace in our city today. These are environmental challenges. How do we confront them? I won't take your time. How do we confront them? To confront these challenges, we must adopt a new mindset. We have to cultivate a new culture. You must be the advocate of your environment. If you see your friend as they're doing it, you just look this side and don't tell him to pick it so that he can put it on the dustbin. If you see somebody that is practicing something that is not healthy to the environment, polluting, awareness, you can form a club. Look at the fossil fuel. Our immediate lecturer told us of the effort he's putting in on renewable energy. That is the way to go. Even though until we get it right, we cannot do away with the fossil fuel, but we can reduce it. We can reduce the fossil fuel. There is electric vehicle are board now. They are still running because of some deficiencies we are saying. But there is challenge, and we need to confront this challenge. We must recognize the intrinsic value of nature and the importance of preserving it for the future generation. How many of us have planted trees where we are coming from? Yes. In our schools, can I see we have, yes, government college where I think we are upset the pace. Can we see the other schools? How many of our schools are now planting trees, flowers? In those days when we were young, during our labor period, they will tell us to go and plant trees, or they will even ask us to bring one from home, either a flower or a tree. That's a deliberate effort to to stabilize, to balance the ecosystem. But that is not the case today. Some of our schools, we don't even have the land. We squeeze into a two-bedroom flat, and there is a school there. And all these things that help to make the environment habitable are no longer there. There are challenges. What are the eco-friendly technology we are adopting? They are not there. What are the sustainable agricultural practices we are engaging? Some of our teachers, sorry to say this is my farm. They will on weekend they will set the place on fire during the weekly days or at the spare time. They will go and plant it. The burning you are burning, you are not just burning the grasses, the oxygen, the nitrogen that is there, you are losing it to the environment. And you are causing pollution to the environment. Look at the fertilizers we are applying today. Nobody is advocating for organic fertilizers. Artificial fertilizers are the one many of us are adopting today. They are not too healthy because some of those crops that come out of those inorganic fertilizers are not healthy to our health. They are not healthy to our environment. Is that clear to us? So we must look at all this and be an advocate of the environment so that the future can be bright and good for us. So we must be deliberate in our effort to preserve our ecosystem and the health of our young ones and those who yet born. It is only when we practice good environmental practices that will help us to sustain the current environment of the ecosystem and for our future youth or children to benefit. That is the only way we can do that. Now, how do you manage the environmental challenges? Managing environmental challenges demand collaboration and coordination among governments, the businesses, or the industrialists, and the individuals. Today, we introduced to us one of us who have won grants, who have won an award of innovative grant. For any good donor of a grant, whatever the business case you bring in, they must look at your environmental sustainability practice on that business before they can give you a green light to go ahead with that business or to sponsor such a business. So for every business now, some government agencies are doing deliberate effort to ensure that environment is carried along in everything you do. But how is government in general practicing this? How do they manage it? So we as an individual, we must have hand in it. The society, which is we, the businessmen and government. It is when the policy and those who are polluting and we who are the end receiver agree on a common goal that we can achieve this. Government will have a policy for not enforcing it. The businessman, look at the multinational, after we polluted our nation for over 40 years. They are now putting away to enjoy their city. That is not good enough. If we have a government that will deliberate, they will hold them accountable. They won't tell those oil companies, flaring gas to pay $2 for a 10,000 cubic of gas that is flared. That gas contains radiation. It contains different things that harm me and you. We must have this synergy between these three. We must work together to develop and implement effective policy, technology, and practice that minimize waste, reduce emission, and protect natural habitation. We must come together to do that. And how do we do that? You and I need to. We have the science club, the jet club, and other STEM, where we practice or do some little technological innovation. What are you doing with those innovations? You bring in things to design maybe an aircraft, for example. What are those materials you are using? Are you putting into consideration the materials that are environmental friendly? Those are the things we can look at when we are doing anything at this level. Some of us have gone to science competitions and they have won awards. How well do we put into consideration things that are environmental friendly? This we must do to safeguard our current environment and we need the future and tomorrow leaders to save the environment for the future. And doing that, we must be deliberate. We must be deliberate. This includes implementing circular economy model. What is the circular economic model, especially when it comes to waste management? You must reduce plastic use and promote sustainable consumption pattern. The things we use in this school today, we may have dustbin, but the dustbin will not separate the organic or perishable and non-perishable material. And when we want to take them to the refuse dump, take everything and dump them. Some of them are not biodegradable. They will remain there forever. And we don't know who picks them today. Thank God for the Fulani who are all these people who are looking for the plastic to sell. But that is done in an uncoordinated manner. We cannot guarantee the movement. We cannot guarantee how we take them. Look at the metal scrap. The metal scrap in our environment, they are enormous. And some of these things have what we call radioactive elements. Those radioactive elements have the potency to cause cancer. I tell you, for every television that you dump somewhere, you have as high as 2 radians per hour radiation that is coming from that tube. The television old tube, all those old television. The radio components you see, all some of those components you see are radioactive in nature. They emit radiation to the environment. They emit some toxic gas to the environment. And we cannot just dump them like that. If government has a good policy, there is that take back by the manufacturer. Wherever you have such, look at our phone. We have over 120 million phones in circulation. 120 million cell phones in circulation. And how are we managing some of them that go back? We don't dump them. We go to where they fix these assets. You see so many of them there. They have their own environmental challenge. We must have a good practice to ensure that we manage this environment critically so that we will not be a victim of the environment. This is a regeneration approach that seeks to keep resources in use for a long time. This what we call implementing the circular economy ensure that we have that circle use, recycle or reduce the usage or recover it so that with the minimal pollution to our environment. We must practice this. Now, if we are practicing all this, what is the way we do it? Converting the challenges to sustainable wealth. Converting the challenges to sustainable wealth. Make money from these challenges we are talking about. Today, the government talked about the carbon credits. Who has had? Have you heard about carbon credits? Carbon credits. Yes. Carbon credit is you take the amount of carbon that is polluted in the environment and you go to the carbon market and you sell it. It looks strange. Is that us? We are getting to that. You sell the carbon that is polluted in the environment so that it can be buy back by the government. And we have a way of doing that. That is just a new technology that is coming in that can help us to reduce the carbon. I have the carbon that is supposed to be here. You plant trees, you plant the different things that can absorb carbon, and you reduce it by a factor. The factor you reduce it, you take it to the market and say this is the amount of carbon I was able to capture from the environment and pay you for it. The advanced countries have started doing that, and already Nigeria is buying into it. That can end you very. Also, this plastic waste. You can decide to tell all these people, gather them, all these other materials, gather them and keep them here. Go to another person and tell him, we have some plastic here. Can you buy them? You are not the one doing it. Put a rope somewhere and say all the plastic used in this school must be dumped here. And everybody dumps them there. It costs you nothing. And maybe sanitation prefect and you call somebody from outside, we have some plastic you need to buy. You come there, you pick them up. You are already making money. Innovation that is told how we can innovate to create wealth out of the challenges we have. And our environment is one of the biggest area we can have great innovation and may not be able to exhaust or talk much about it. But going from here, what can we do in our environment? Look at vehicles that are littered everywhere unused. Vehicles that are in crowd and nobody is talking about them. How can we tell the society how we can dispose them in a good manner that can bring us money? A lady who went for the National Youth Service went saw a huge dump of waste that causing menace somewhere. He went to the local government chairman. He said, if only you can give me this amount of money, I will be able to evacuate all this waste. Is that true? He said, go ahead and do that. He went to another community and said, this pit that is causing problem here, if only you can give me this amount of money, I can fill this pit and that erosion issue will be taken care of. Go ahead. One of the big man said, I pay the bills. He moved waste from somewhere and dump them on the other place. He make money from it. That is innovation. It costs him nothing, but he made a lot. The lady makes a lot of money because he was able to think, and we are thinkers of tomorrow. So I want to urge us that living here, there are so many things you can look at in our environment that can earn you money. There are challenges, but they can earn you money. Look at our drainages. We have entered into the rainy season. If not for some little effort by the local government and the state now, flooding will ravage most of our houses. We are here seated, we'll be thinking, how will I cross that pool, or to be pool to get to my home? But when we think outside the box concerning our environment, we can take or make proper solution that can earn us award, earn us money, and make our society a better place to be. So we have the tools in our hands to ensure that we have a good, habitable society, ecosystem that is balanced and healthy for every one of us. When we were young, we drink water from everywhere. Even when we go to our home, we can drink water because we felt the water is safe at that time. But even in our own bubble, in the bubble, in our own house, in the school here, some of us cannot. We now resort drinking sachet water. Is that not true? And how safe are they actually? After drinking that sachet water, instead of being, you drop it somewhere. Another environmental problem. These are challenges in our environment that we can provide solutions to. If you go to the state of the local government chairman and tell me that, look at these pure water sellers. They have all the factory, they just collect back all this field. Can you make a tax, a small tax, for them to pay? I can do that to collect all the sachet water. And you put up a market. For every 1,000 sachet water you collect and bring to my place, I pay you this amount of money. And government and the local government chairman is taxing the pure water factories to pay such money. It's making some money, remitting back to you, and you start making money already. Is that not true? So we can take charge of the environment, and you are solving problems, not just making money. You are solving problems for the environment to have a sustainable environment. And I know that if we can practice this, not only that we will keep our environment clean, not only that we can take people out of poverty because we are already creating business for some person, we can make the environment safe. So for us to conclude, what are the benefits? The benefit is that we have a sustainable environment, having sustainable practices in our society. Not only that, we have what we call practices, the culture that we imbibe in our society. I went to Calabar some years back. You see, when you get to the environment, you will tell yourself that, look, this environment is not a no-nonsense environment. Even if you drink a bottle of water, you put the can in your pocket. Is that not true? can in your pocket. I don't know the state of the state now. If you come to this school, as you go through the road, if you have a sachet of water, I'm sure, if you are conscious of the environment, you will not throw that sachet of water along the road because you see the neatness of the environment. So the culture starts from you and me. It starts from you, from your home. How well are you telling others? Action to address it. We must work together to understand, to confront, to manage, and to combat the environmental challenges into sustainable wealth for the future. Let us invest in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and eco-friendly technology to make sure we have plenty of energy in the future and drive technology and needed innovation that we safeguard our future well-being. It is up for every one of us to use energy wisely, to dispose our waste friendly, and to ensure that we have the culture of clean environment. We must all conserve energy and use it efficiently. At times when we have money, we say, oh, my father have all the money. We operate generator 247. The same amount you are spending, you can have a renewable energy, the solar system, and you are saving cost for yourself. You are saving the neighbor, the noise pollution, and you are saving the carbon pollution that is being emitted. Let us use energy wisely. Even if we have the money, we can move to renewable energy. We must conserve energy and use it efficiently. The future is in our hands, but we need energy to get there. And therefore, energy as part of our environment, we must use it wisely. So let us therefore adopt the circular economic model which I discussed before. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and promote sustainable consumption pattern. By doing so, we can create a better future of ourselves and for the generation to come. I want to thank you for listening, and I pray living here you have a good environmental policy for everyone to thank you. Thank you so much. It's not all the time that you have the privilege of having the joint chancellor of the university.
to come to see what this is doing. So can we give him another round of applause? While the talk was going on, I was talking with our vice chairman, and he said that in class 1, there was a ceremony that took place here in this hall. And that when Chief D.M. Sakere, who was our principal there, when he came in with academic gown, that stuck in his head. Just seeing the academic gown on him, made him know that he has to achieve something to wear that gown one day. So, the fact that you have been spoken to by some of the best in academia, including the vice chancellor of a leading federal university, is our prayer that will inspire you to achieve more than you were dreaming of becoming. Thank you. Now, we deliberately, because it's our home, because it's our daddy, we know him. His patience level is very high, right? But when you are also telling your dad to be patient without even talking to him, you have to know that, recognize that we remain his voice, right? So we are his voice and we cannot continue to keep our father. Because this government college that you are in here, we respect elders and our seniors so much. It's a rule of the thumb. And before we keep him, they will sanction us that you kept your daddy. Therefore, an Asian marina dance, you keep an Asian marina waiting for so much to be sanctioned. So we want to create the indulgence of the other speakers to allow us to fight our daddy. Pastor Okonje to come and speak to us. A man who molded us, a man who restored us for us. We are praying here as our teacher. We continue to appreciate you. We will continue to thank you. All that you have done for the sheep. Thank you.
Earlier on, I said I'm particularly grateful to this class. This is the first class we have seen organizing something of this nature. There have been other occasions, but I consider this one the most far-reaching impact that is being made today. God bless you. To our guest speakers, I don't know where these boys went to conduct an oracle and decided that we have to bring in the cream of resource persons to an occasion like this. No in government college, we post things on all sorts of platforms, and especially the National Executive Council platforms. And so the publicity secretary, he saw my name on this program, and he said, I know we're going to have something to read. So when you go there, prepare something that we can read, something that I can publish in the college magazine. So I had to organize myself. Maybe somewhere along the line, I seek records to really explain these elements. But as much as possible, I want to keep people waiting for too long. So the topic given to me is from classroom to nation, building a vision beyond exams. I looked at it and I said, I will have to grow up somewhere, someplace, as an example, so they give us a better understanding of what this means. I believe no nation can be greater than the extent to which it emphasizes and commits its available resources to human capital development at any given point in time. In the final analysis, it is the carefully harnessed available human resources that determine the project and project the sustainability of the dynamics of leverage for optimal strategic development and growth. The developed nations in the world did not achieve the strides that are evident today by accident. They planned and pursued their objectives assiduously with excellence in view. Take India. 5 decades ago or thereabouts, no nation in the world was more despised for its poverty and underdevelopment, especially with its teeming population. That nation was sometimes derided as the world's poverty capital in international circles. That designation is now allocated to Nigeria somewhat. Indian leaders took the gauntlet. They launched out into the world. Today, India surreptitiously rules the world because its leaders invested heavily in the education of their youth. Their children took up the challenge through hard work and dedication. The pursuit of their goals began from the classroom. In age, those who made the Indian miracle were just like you, innocent and focused. Do we have that today in Nigeria? I'm asking you, do we have that in Nigeria today? Today, a large proportion of Nigerian youth appear to have lost focus, depicting education as a scam and chasing after ephemeral pleasures and goals. It is interesting to have a sizable number of you assembled here with us. It is a thing of joy to behold your presence. However, I do not know how committed you are to your studies. The children who don't read but relish cheating to pass examinations won't make us proud. They will not make us proud. You must declutter your minds of the notion of seeking disproportionate high outcomes and expectations while not putting in much. India, through the efforts of their young people in times past and today, has taught the world that a nation considered to be in the backwoods can spring surprises through stern determination and proven hard work, guided by well thought out government policies. In its heydays, the British colonial masters conquered India through force. The immediate past Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Rishi Sunak, of the Conservative Party, is of Indian descent. He got to that position through knowledge and hard work. He got to that position through knowledge in his head and putting it into action to merit his ascendance to that office. More than 20 other Indians have served or are serving as members of parliament in the United Kingdom. So many others have made their mark in academia and medicine, the arts, business and industry, literature and media, etc. I'm aware that there are some Nigerians who have also risen to become members of parliament in the United Kingdom. Bad of the Conservative Party today, that the leader of the Conservative Party today in the United Kingdom is a Nigerian the branches in you. Because the root in this case is the classroom. The root in this case is the classroom. It is what you get from the classroom that you will give to the world. If you take the classroom for granted, you take it as a place that doesn't matter, you have miscalculated. Look at the Bible, the parable of the sower. The seeds that were thrown out by the sower. Some dropped on the rock surface. The rock surface is hard. So the seeds couldn't grow because the rock did not allow the roots to enter the soil. So the roots couldn't come out to nurture the leaves. And of course, no leaves were created. No leaves came out. The ones that dropped on fertile soil, what happened? The roots went down, sustained the shoot. The shoot became a tree, and the tree bore fruits from which everybody benefited. So my point is clear. The point is clear. So where you are now, the classroom in which you have found yourself is the root. Now that you have the opportunity to be in the classroom, make the best use of the opportunity. There are many who have been to school. When they were in school, they played with their studies. But then, education is a scam, and they left. And many years later, they looked behind when they saw their classmates, and they said, I wish I could go back there. But by that time, it is already too late. It's only for the very diligent that an opportunity can still exist. They will say, no, I must be like my classmates. I must do something. Let me tell you one of the wonderful propelling forces in government college that is making our boys to be sure that they are not left behind. When you attend government college in Ughelli and you have graduated, you are not the very serious type, the one that played for some time. The time will come. When you see your classmates coming, you will look for the ending point to enter. Because you consider yourself as somebody who has been left behind. And no government college boy wants to be left behind. That's one of the secrets of the success of those who have attended this college. So I was saying that the present economic rebound in India derives from education policies pursued broad-based oriented goals. The Indians made every opportunity they had beneficial. They took the classroom as their life. And so, for a time, they came out and they said, we cannot be left behind. In the United States today, 2 out of every 10 chief executive officers in the top 500 US corporate bodies are Indians. First, the top 500 US corporate bodies are Indians. We all know that US is the most industrialized country. For people from another country, from another continent, to come and have at least 2 chief executive officers in the top 500 corporate bodies. It's a feat. It's a feat that is not easily found anywhere. It is postulated that no amount of high-tech layoffs can remove the hands of Indians from the jugular of America's corporate world. Their leadership grip is felt in Microsoft, Google, Starbucks, Adobe, IBM, and others down the line. The same feat is replicated by Indians in Europe. That points to what took place in the classrooms in India in the past 40 years. Evidently, there were concerted and concrete efforts to take over boardroom proficiency, not just at home alone, but across every part of the world, accessible to Indians in the developed nations. And their classrooms were restructured and redesigned. What followed was both transformational and phenomenal. Curricular alterations were fine-tuned for adjustment, ushering in a renaissance in education to suit contemporary and futuristic global realities. The were and have remained the better for it. Similarly, Nigeria is also in this queue of manifest strides, from being groomed inside classroom wall confinement to a broad-based vision of dominating the world. But harnessing the vast potentials of our youth uniformly still proves elusive to our education planners. However, it is heartening to note that Nigerians are breaking glass ceilings in professions and jobs in all parts of the globe. Indeed, there is a common saying out there that any part of the world where you don't find a Nigerian is not habitable. Any part of the world where you don't see a Nigerian is not a habitable place. That tells you that Nigerians have come up to live with the challenges of this. In Nigeria, the terrain is very rough. I'm not talking about the surface of the earth. I'm talking about the struggle for survival, which is very, very rough. And so, you find Nigerians screaming out, although I don't know whether to say they are Japan. Nigerians are Japan to all parts of the world. But the interesting thing is that they are making great impact everywhere they find themselves. Nigerians are talented in all endeavors and making their impact felt across the board. Let's come home. During the 80th anniversary celebration of this college, in January 2025, leading lights in science and invention awards were handed out to 8 distinguished alumni of Government College, Ughelli. Their achievements through contributions to technological advancement and medicine in and outside Nigeria, and the number of patents they each have to their credit were quite intimidating. I'm sure by now you understand what is meant by patent. The inventions they made, they were so attractive, and they sold them to companies. In fact, companies approached them. Let us buy whatever formula, whatever you have put together to produce this. We want to buy it from you, and we pay you so amount every month, or so amount every year. They came with such patents, and they have benefited and are still benefiting. And one even said his children might benefit from this patent for the rest of their lives. They are Nigerians. Incidentally, 4 of them were my contemporaries in this college. They were boys of exceptional pedigree, just like most others who have walked through the 4 walls of this citadel of learning. They wrote their examinations in this same hall. The science laboratories they used, they studied in, are still the same, and the classrooms are not much different. They prioritize learning over every other desire. Only last month, an old boy of this college, precisely of the class of 1991 September, came to motivate you during morning assembly. He is a captain in the United States Army. He is an Anglican priest in the Anglican Church of the United States of America. He has 3 bachelor's degrees, he has 7 master's degrees, and is working on his 2nd doctoral thesis. He instituted several annual awards and prizes for different subjects. Today, your chances and choices are laid bare before you. All that is required of you is due diligence and focus beyond your examinations. Look up and conquer the world. Stand up and walk your way to success and fulfill your destiny. I wish you good luck. And God bless you.
Thank you so much. Maybe understand why we do some of the things that we do. We are privileged to be with students. He taught us. And his home there or his house was along the outside way. So if you think you want to run out of the hostel, you have to watch very well whether he's there. And after you cross his house, you have to contend with the gate man, who will always insist on seeing your exact card. And without that, it is not signed, you are returned back to the hostel. So thank you so much, Daddy. We appreciate you. Let me just do a rundown through the list of schools that we have here. We have St. Teresa's Girls Grammar School. Clap for them. We have Bishop Agori Memorial Anglican Grammar School Boys. Please stand up for recognition of population and you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Obukobo Demonstration School, Ughelli. Oto Grammar School, Ughelli. One Mixed Secondary School, one. Government College, Ughelli. Thank you. Ughelli Secondary School, Ughelli. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. Gcuob Grammar School, Ughelli. Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you. Federal Christian Academy. You're welcome. Anglican Girls Grammar School, Ughelli. You're welcome. Don't say more than that. This is not a problem to do beyond that. Apex Business General Institute. Partisan Educational Center, Ughelli. After Secondary School, Ughelli. Welcome. AC College 1, Warri. Thank you for coming. Bamat Ughelli. Kobodi International School, Ughelli. If the name of your school is not mentioned, please could you indicate? Okay, so we mentioned all your names. Now, welcome. We'll be introducing the next speaker. But just to let you know, we could easily have organized this event for government college students alone. But when you go to the outside world, you will begin to understand that for you to succeed, you need to network, right? You need to network and you need to know people beyond your immediate environment. And so this is the process. And as my chairman has informed us, out of this program we're organizing, will come forth a mentorship program. A mentorship program where we will say, for those persons who want to study engineering, we will match you with professional engineers out there in society. For those in government college, we will match you with those from government college. And for those who are outside government college but are boys students, we could also match you with some of our top engineers. For those who are females, we match you with people who can mentor you. But they have to be people with high-flying credentials and who have the right character to mentor you. But that will be subject to your school and your parents' approval. Okay? So we are starting something that is quite big, to be challenging, but we believe that that is the right way to go. Thank you so much. And so, we want to introduce our next speaker.
For me. 3 minutes exam. And that is what the class of 88 will use as follow-up back to your school. So get a piece of paper, write the name of your school, and get ready for my exam. Very simple question. Are we good to go? Achieving success in academics. We need to do follow-up. Is that okay? We need to evaluate and do follow-up. That is why you need to write my exam. In life, every one of us wants to achieve success in life, isn't it? And to achieve success in life, we have some challenges that we are going to pass through. And that is what, where is the engineer for achieving success? How many of us want to put on this cap at the end of the day? How many of us want to get our certificate? I can see some hands are not up. You want to hold your certificate at the end of it. The journey is so interesting, but there is a cost and a price to pay to get to the top for you to achieve success. Number one, because of time, something that will pull you down, something that will weigh you down. The cost of achieving greatness is like living to fulfill your passion. What you want to be is like a ladder, a staircase. If you want to climb to the podium, what do you do first? You take the first step, isn't it? And then you go for the second step, the third step for you to get to the top. And on this journey, we have so many storms that we need to face. What are the storms? Low self-esteem, negative peer pressure, pornography, masturbation, homosexualism/lesbianism. I thought it's only the boys that would meet here. I never knew it would be a mixed program. Drug abuse, my mama had really emphasized on it. Cultism, depression, and then to the car. And then I will summarize how you can pass your exam using your cerebrum in just a class. And I will rush through and while you prepare for your 1 minute exam. Low self-esteem is a challenge that we need to face. What is low self-esteem? First of all, we must understand what is esteem, self-esteem. How you feel about yourself. And then if you come to the low, most students, you believe that you are not intelligent, some of us. We believe in our class, in the chemistry class, it is only Ughelli that can answer any question that is asked in the class. True, of course. True. So when the teacher will ask question, what is energy? Everybody will turn and look at Ughelli, but the Ughelli must answer the question. You believe you are not beautiful, you believe you are not fine, you believe you can't make it, you believe that you are below average. Most time when I ask students in school, can you rate yourself? Some will say 80%. 80% is not pass mark. Some will say 50%. Nobody wants to score below 50%. But we need to understand. And when you look at yourself, you take a look at a good picture of yourself and assume that you cannot get there. And then you can't climb above step 1. And then number 2, the negative peer pressure. I'm not going to talk about the positive we know. Peer pressure is the influence that your friend, classmates, people of your age group, they have towards you. And then the negative ones, we know what they can do for us. They are the one that will make us to take decision that is not acceptable. The one that will lead us to taking of drugs, what our mommy told us this morning. The one that will help us to take alcohol. The one that will help us to lead us in the path of homosexuality. Those are the negative peer pressure. Therefore, we need to choose the ones that will make us not to pass our exam. You show me your friend in the class. If that your friend is David that is noise maker, that means you are a noise maker. Show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. And then pornography. What is pornography? They are printed or visual materials containing display of sexual organs or activity intended to stimulate sexual excitement. In 2026, when I was teaching reproduction in biology class, I have a student who followed me. Most time when I teach, Commissioner, you will remember sometimes most schools in Nigeria or in better states, we believe more in the academics, while the morals they are kept under the carpet. And that is what is killing the educational system we have in our country today. We believe in excellence, with the help of malpractice, but the morals is down. After teaching the class, most time when I teach, then I was teaching integrated science. I normally bring into place. I talked about morals, and then this young boy that followed me to the staff room. I will be practical because I'm a chemistry teacher. In chemistry, we believe more in practical, isn't it? And whatever I'm going to say here is my own personal experience, not from books, not from the library. And this boy followed me to the staff room and he said, "Ma, I have a confession to make." I said, "What confession?" He was a Muslim boy, and he told me that he has slept with all the girls in the class. With the help, how did he do it? I was a form teacher, and I called him, I brought out the register. The names of all the girls written with red pen. I said, "Let's go through the list." Joy Okoro, yes ma'am, slept with her. Juliana, so, yes ma'am. Okoro Regina, yes ma'am. This, that, said yes ma'am. And he did a very clean job within a term, not a session. How did he do it? With the help of pornography. I'm not talking about sex in school, so I won't go further to tell you the end of the story. Most students, those of us, I was in a school yesterday, just yesterday, and there was a case of a girl who comes to school with her phone, and students pay money to watch porn with her every day in her phone. These are what happen in our academic, in our school system presently, and that is why most of us cannot get to the top. Porn. Some of us, if we don't have phone, we go to vendor stand and get books, magazine of naked people, and there is no way you can go forward in your academic, because when a student is addicted to porn, it's going to interfere with your daily life and your academics, and that will give you a poor performance in your school. Because the time you are supposed to read, you will just click back to movie, just 5 minutes, and at the end of the day, the student will end up with masturbating, and that will lead us to masturbation. What is masturbation? I have seen situations whereby students, they masturbate in class. The rubbing of your body, your private parts, your penis, your vagina. There was a case of a girl, I told you these are true life stories. A girl who inserted candle into her vagina in the secrets, and the thing got broken. The time she was supposed to stay back in her study to read, she was masturbating. At the end of the day, she ended up in the hospital. And for the boys, you will get cream, soap, lock yourself up in the bathroom to masturbate. It can only happen when you have a lustful thought, your mind. In chemistry class, there is no way, or in the laboratory, there is no way where sodium will react with chlorine and you will not get what? Sodium chloride. There is no way you will watch pornography without, as a young boy, your penis will stand. And for the girls, you will salivate. When you start doing this thing, you know the end of it. Masturbators, people that are involved in it can lead to physical injury. All these are the time you are supposed to spend in your closet reading your book. It can lead to physical injury, such as making the size of the male reproductive organ to become an abnormal size because of frequent massaging. every day soap, every day cream. In the toilet, you lock your door. Why not open your door and sleep? Put on the light and dress very well. When it comes, sing a song unto the Lord, and then the thing will disappear. Masturbation can only lead to poor academic performance. And then let's move to homosexuality. Homosexuality is the romantic and sexual attraction between members of the same sex. When a boy and another boy, or when a girl and another girl, they are being attracted to themselves. We know the law of nature that tells us that it is male and female. When God created his world, he brought out the woman from the man. Go ye and multiply. But we have turned it to something else. The church is against it. The mosque, the Islamic religion, they are against it. The country is against homosexuality. In Nigeria, on the 7th of January 2014, former President Goodluck Jonathan signed a bill that prohibits same-sex marriage. I am not preaching Christianity here, but in the Bible, in Leviticus 18:22, God said those people that are involved when a man and another man, or a woman and another woman sleep together and have sex, he said both of them should be put to death. No mercy, not fornication, but homosexuality. That was why the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, they were destroyed. You can imagine yourself, a boy, putting your penis into the arms of another boy and giving that one a food earring, or a girl dipping your dirty hands into the vagina of another girl, and you are happy about it, or a girl sucking the fellow girl's breast, and you are happy about it. God does not want to hear of that. He said both persons should be what? Put to death. Homosexuality will never make you to be serious with your academics. 3 months ago, a boy walked to me and he said, from masturbating to porn and then to homosexuality. And how the boy said, Ma, anytime you are going to any school to go and talk, please invite me. I said, why? He said, because a 21 years old boy. He said, because I want to talk to students. I said, won't you hide your face so that you will not be? He said, no. Students need to hear my stories for them to take precaution. He said he started at age 10 when he was in the hostel. Age 10 when he was in the hostel. He was just playing in the hostel, and one student, student who were a bully, he said he mistakenly touched his penis, and they brought him down and said, okay, we'll touch your own back. From touch and touch and touch, he went into homosexuality. You need to pray about it, because sometime I went to visit a school, and it happened that the principal was a lesbian, the house mistress was a lesbian, and the students, 99% of them were lesbian. I have my statistics. The principal refused my access to the school because she knows that I'm going to withdraw markets from her. But you need to cry out when you get to one with your parents. Tell them. If there's nobody you can talk to your mother. If there's nobody you can talk to the counselor. Same marriage, same sex. It will lead to poor academic performance and any deaths. People that are gay or lesbian, what happened? What you have on the screen happened in Warri. I think last year also, some boys that were caught and they were arrested. A farm or so. They died 25 years before the hetero, before the normal people, homosexuality. So they live shorter life. That means if you are supposed to die at 75 years, you will die at 50 because you are a gay. You can't change it. That is it. Statistics also show that attempted suicide cases are connected to homosexuality practice. HIV was first detected in gay, that means it started from homosexuality. This is a potential means of contacting HIV virus, and it was identified among homosexuals. It spread faster within the homosexual group than heterosexual. Hepatitis, STD. The most negative aspect of gay is that senior students, listen very well, senior students who are indulged in this sexual perversion with young ones, they insert their penis inside the hands of the young one, resulting in tears and pain. All manner of virus. If you are free now, you cannot be free tomorrow. And as a small boy told me, said, "Man, how can I come out from homosexuality? I can no longer rape again." Our mommy has talked about drug abuse, so I'm not going to talk about it. But in our private school, what is in vogue, which you and I know, is what we call the tramadol, which so many of us will take every day. We get it across the counter, some of us sometimes, and then we mix it with Coke and drink. And when it happens like that, so many students, they do that because they want their body to become rotation to their teachers. When they are flogging them, cane will not enter the body. I was in a wedding where a family wedding where they were served chocolate cake. And at the end, when the wedding was about to come into an end, somebody called me and said I should run down, that some persons are fainting in the hall, and I should come and pray. When I got there, I saw different people praying all manner, speaking in tongues, all manner of tongues. And a young girl came and whispered to my ear. That young girl is my daughter, and she said, "Mommy, it was after they ate this cake, they started manifesting." And I asked her, "Did you eat the cake?" She said, "No. Even if chocolate cake is my favorite cake, I did not eat it." And they were manifesting right inside the wedding hall. In the school, when some of you organize party, you mix it with your Zuko, 100 naira Zuko, and then you drink and start manifesting. The boys, they give the girls Zuko, and when their eyes are already behind their head, they start massaging their breasts, all in the name of drugs. I was supposed to transfer to a school some years back, about 15 years ago. We are in Ughelli, one of the schools in Ughelli South here. And I discovered that all the youths in that community, their business is to plant food and sell, destroying life. What are the causes? Our mommy mentioned it, but I'm not going to wrap it up with the process of drug addiction. The process of drug addiction. So some of you will see it. After seeing it, you won't answer the question very well. After seeing it, you want to try it. Let me try it. You see, your negative pair will tell you just take one shot. Just a shot. And after you try it, you look at yourself. The next thing is for you to repeat it. It's a process. And when you repeat, your negative pair will also tell you why not need to take more. Now that you have repeated it, your head is turning, just like Adam. Do we understand? And for them, you crave for more. A situation with that recall you can no longer do without it. The end of it is you become addicted to drugs. We all know the danger. The effect is poor academic performance, school dropouts, health problem, and violence. And then the next one is cultism, secret society, or our gang activities. In those days in our school system, we used to have a food club where we meet, and then the debating club, science club, and on and so forth. But presently in the school system, it's not like that. It's not like that. People want to join court just for one reason, because of power. They want power. They want power. But I'm not going to. We have so many course group in our school: Black Cross, Scavengers, Kailolo, Blood Brotherhood, Blood Skin, Musket, White Angel, and the one that is invoked now in the school, which I see every day in the course of my inspection, is what we call. Do you know it? Snake bites. Some of us, we are members of snake bites, but you don't know that you are. 2-3 months ago, I was in a school. The principal called the students out. They were about 30 to 40. And she used all her efforts to talk to them, for them to tell them the secrets behind snake bite. And they said they don't know. They refused to speak. Maybe it's a covenant. But I took 2 girls aside and I cajoled them, and they were able to tell me. I did further investigation and I came out with my report. Being a member of Snake Bites is like a marketing business we have in Nigeria today. How many of us have heard of marketing business? Bring 1, get 2. Bring 5, get what? 10. That is what is in vogue now. If you are a member of Snake Bites and you want to go up, they have 2 categories. The other one, they call it Obra, which is Cobra. And if you have taken the Obra, I have all these on my phone. I have them on my phone, but I'm not going to play them for you to see. With the confession of this student 2-3 months ago. Now what they do, which you know, is just a piece of paper. Fold it, and then they will start tickling it behind your palm. Within 5 minutes, blood will start coming out. How many of us have heard of it? Raise up your hand. Be honest with me. Raise up your hand. Are you scared? You don't want to talk? Thank you. Yes. If I ask you to open the back of your hand now, I will catch so many of you. Don't hide it. And when they are putting the snake bites in you, you won't know. It's like when one is giving you, tickling you. We call it totori. They will be tickling you. The thing will be sweeting you. Or when they are filing your nails, you won't know it's initiation. And it's a law. At the end of it, the reason for snake bites is simple. I'm going to tell you, you are students. Students believe that when you are a member of that society, when you become a man or a woman, you will be rich. And if you take Oprah, you will be rich. You know, you just want me to talk. You don't want to say yes, but that is the truth. I have so many videos of snake bites in different schools I have visited, including your school, you that is sitting there and watching me. You don't want to read, you don't want to study, you don't want to pay attention, you want a shortcut to shopping debts. Cultism is illegal and the activities are banned in school. If it is not made, why are you hiding yourself in an uncompleted building to hold your meeting? If it is not a bad society, come out before everybody and hold it. You know, darkness. Every work is done in darkness. And then finally, we have depression. But before I talk about depression, let me just chip in something because of the girls. Another thing that is killing our system today, for you not to get to the top and wear your crown, is what we call sexual relationship that we involve ourselves. And when you involve yourself in sexual relationship and you get to, for the girls, you begin to have daydream and night dream. Daydream will always start from when a boy gives you a peck or a kiss. When you get home and you start washing the plates, in the process of washing the plates, all of a sudden you remember the kiss. From there, this is how you will do it, daydream. In that moment, if your mommy is calling you, Juliana, you won't answer because you're already lost. And then the following day in school, or 1 week later, when Peter, the same Peter that gave you a peck or a kiss, will come. This time around, is not kiss. He will hug you and feel you, and use his body to feel you. When you get to, he has not had sex with you then. When you get to, you start having ninth dream. The ninth dream is before you take a deep breath with an ugly smile. You bring your pillow with you on the bed, and you start dreaming of Peter. That day in school, you were taught what is energy, which is the ability to do work. But because you were lost in the thought of Peter, who was at home. Peter is busy sleeping while you are there having daydream and night dream. When you involve yourself in sexual intercourse, there is no way you can get to the top. There is no way. I'm not talking about sex in secondary school, so let me end there. All these will lead to depression. We lead to depression. It's a mental health problem that involves loss of interest in activity. When you are engaged, you are just looked at yourself as below average, low self-esteem, negative peer pressure, pornography, masturbation, homosexuality, drug abuse, cultism, and sexual intercourse. It will end you up in depression because you have your academic to pursue. And when depression comes, it's very difficult because the sign, difficulty in concentrating in class, loss of interest in activity, suicide attempts. 3 weeks ago, a 12 years old girl came to me and said, "Ma, I regretted why I was born into the world." I said, "Why now? You are a fine and beautiful." They said, "Yes." And she told me her reason. She said she feel like taking her life. And a 12 years old, not 12 years, sorry, an undergraduate, not undergraduate, but the boy just graduated, was having difficulty, was having series of failures, and the father told him, "If you fail this time around, don't come to the house." And when he checked his results, he failed. And the short cut, he was already depressed. The short cut was to buy sniper, took it, and end his life. Some of us, because of financial strain, there's no money to pay your school fees, and your principal said, "Don't come to school tomorrow without payment of your school fees." You get depressed. Academic failures, academic pressure, and so on. And then, in conclusion, with all these on our staircase, how can we get there? That is the next question. How can we get there? If you climb and scale through the low self-esteem, you will get to negative peer pressure. They will hold you there. If you can escape there, fine. But if you cannot, they will take you to porn. Porn will take you to masturbation. Masturbation to homosexuality, sexual relationship, to drug, to cultism, depression, and then the students can fall back without picking this. But how can you overcome it? It's very easy. One, hard work, which is the only source of success, because it's going to instill self-esteem, self-confidence, self-fulfillment, and so on. You must pay the price and be ready for it. In the midst of this distraction, we have what is called the cerebrum. In our biology class, we were told that the compartment of the brain is made up of three, or it has three compartments. We have the cerebellum, we have the medulla oblongata, and we have the cerebrum. When I was in secondary school, we want to abuse our fellow classmates. We say, "My friend, get out, your medulla oblongata is not working." Then we never knew what is medulla oblongata, which is what we use for respiration. We have the cerebellum, which is for movements, for you to walk, to stand, to sit, and to do all. And then we have the cerebrum. And it is the cerebrum that is killing students as at today. Why? That cerebrum is very tiny, very small. That is where your learning process is. So when a teacher said energy is the ability to do work, it is registered where? In your cerebrum. When a boy says you are the most beautiful girl in this school, it is registered where? In your cerebrum. When your cerebrum is overloaded, you are in trouble. Men, take it from me. The way we have memory cards to a phone, that is how the cerebrum is to the brain. You store information in your memory card, isn't it? So where do you store information in your body? The cerebrum, not the brain, the cerebrum. So when a teacher comes to the class to teach you, let's be practical about it. Assuming the topic is radioactivity, your teacher, assuming I am the teacher now, and the first thing your teacher wants to tell you is to give you the definition of radioactivity. And the teacher will say radioactivity is the disintegration of an unstable atom to give you energy, release radiation. As I am talking, giving you the definition of radioactivity, some of you are looking at me from head to toe. Students in class, see the shoe where Nancy wear, it won't match the skirts. And the teacher is busy telling you the definition of radioactivity. If it is a male teacher, you will say, see Uncle Shoe, they look up the tree. As at that time, your uncle is telling you, we have 3 types of radioactivity. 1, alpha, 2, gamma, 3. You are very good. And then, as at that 3 types of radioactivity, some of you are thinking, oh my God, I hope the food they will give us in the hostel dormitory this afternoon, they will cook, they will not give us things to get hungry. Meanwhile, the teacher is talking about the various types of what? Radioactivity. And then the teacher will now move to the source of radioactivity. Your cerebrum is still moving around, thinking. After school today, mommy got yam from Gcuob market yesterday. I had to go and bulk the yam. You have missed everything. But at the end of the day, the teacher will ask a simple question. Do you understand? Yes. You see, you don't even need, because when you know it and register it in your cerebrum, there will be no need for examination malpractice. On the day of exam, just speak it. What is radiation? Radiation is the breaking down of unstable atom. You are good to go. Where are you getting the information from? The cerebrum. You don't need to read your book. When you pay attention and use your cerebrum to work in class, you will make it. And I will leave you with this story of a student who went to meet a seer. And he told the seer, he said, seer, I want you to tell me what I will become, because I want to become an engineer, a medical doctor. I want to be somebody great in life tomorrow. But I don't know if I will get it. I just want you to use your powers to see for me so that to know if I will get it. And the seer said, it's very simple. What you do for me now, the seer got a shop, a white shop and a black shop, and he drew a very big circle and brought out a snail. We know snail, right? We call it meat that works very, very slow. And the seer said, if this snail enters the white circle, it will be great. That medical doctor you will become. But if this snail crawl to the black circle, that means you will become a keke or Okada rider in a area. And the boy said, good to go, let's go. And the seer placed the snail on the floor. And the snail started going. The snail started going. And the snail started moving to the black circle. And the student was watching. As the snail was about to enter the black circle, the student bent down and picked the snail and placed sit inside the white sector. And the Baba said, what do you mean by that? He says, Baba, I cannot stand here and watch my destiny being destroyed. I cannot come for this program and live here and remain gay. I cannot come for this 88 program and live here and still continue to be in my situation. Question number one, everybody here now, my time is up. Please, everybody, write the name of the school. I'm going to take it because the 88 will follow up. I know what I'm going to do with it. List at least, mention at least 4 challenges. If it is more we are passing through that is making us not to get that will make us, that will stop us from receiving our certificate holder. Write it now. Even the one I don't mention and you know that it is stopping you, write it. If it's homosexuality, write it. Okay. No, let them leave it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Leave it, don't remove it. As a student, you want to be the best in class, but something is pulling you down. Maybe it's masturbation at home that is weighing you down. Write it. It's going to use as a follow-up for you and your school. Don't write it for me because I mentioned it. Write it for yourself. Some of us will masturbate twice in a day and we want to read our book. And I believe after this program, you go back to your school and discuss with your friends and tell them how they can pass their exam using their cerebrum. 30 seconds more. What is disturbing you? Write it. Not me. Please, I want the teachers from government college to go around and get the scripts for me. Are you still writing? I'm going to count the number of students and the number of scripts that they will submit. If there is shortage from your school, you know what it means.
So when we pick those scripts and hand over to Madam, a round of applause for her. Students, mariners, teachers that are missed. As we all know, we are in government college today. Ever since the man behind the beauty of this school has been busy moving around, making sure that the school is intact and this program is going smoothly. Please, let's put our hands together for our principal. Right here in our principal, Mr. Gcuob. Thanks for all you do for our great school. Thanks for being thanks for being the father in Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you. We have one final talk. But before then, from Ughelli, we conclude our presentation. And because of also create the presence of people with different patients. African guests can also have a presentation to make. So we invite them to make that presentation quickly for 5 minutes. Yes. African boys. Please don't blame us. African guests. Really not as a boys. African boys. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, please. You cannot write the same one, move forward, right? Please pay attention.
And here you are, thinking in the graveyard. This is the graveyard. This is where talent die. Talent are no longer useful when you are dead. Oh, what pride has done to you? Just sharp. What do you know you are teaching? When you go back and do the opposite, you are supposed to be a mentor to these children. But whenever they come to you, you chase them away. And here you are. Oh, you tell them to stop stealing, but you go behind and start, and you fact you are the leader of the gang. you know that the students were watching you? They were looking up to you. Not of you. Because of you, students. And now Yahoo boys everywhere. Prostitutes everywhere, all because of you. Oh. Usher. Shut up. What are you doing? When you are alive, you are not committed to your duties. You will not come to church. If I may ask you, how many times do you come to church this year? Is it up to 10? You let anger take you away just because somebody refused to sit where you told him to sit. You left the church, you went home. For months, we didn't see you. And here you are, wasting your time doing that. So, prayer warrior.
I said, don't stop another.
Shut up! What are you doing now? What's your prayer doing in prayer? You're not only speaking in tongues, but you are speaking in things. You are praying. When you were alive, did you pray? Did you pray for spirit? Because of greed, you wanted money so fast. You start people for prayer. You will tell them fake prophecies, all because of money. Know what the Bible says. The love of money is the root of all evil. And so you, my audience, what are you doing with your talent? Are you going to allow your talent to be wasted like this one here? Or will you put it to use? Will you let your talent die with you? What are you doing right now? I need that question for yourself. You know yourself, answer it.
And to you, my audience, in the book of Romans chapter 8, the Bible recorded that the earnest creation, the way it said, for the manifestations of the sons of God. And you are among the sons of God. Creations are tied to you. That you must use your talent. You must put in your work, in your talent, to eventually save people. Imagine that there is no policy in the church. The church will not go supposed to. Or there is no password. So you must do your best to put your talent to work and save people. Thank you.
Because time is fast spent, we are calling on our mommy. This is Gcuob to conclude our last part of our lecture. While our brother who spoke earlier, Sunday, we will do the rounding up in this last lecture. Thank you all for listening. Time is fast spent. Let's do well to manage time. Thank you all. Students, are you happy to be here? Yes. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
And thank you for giving me the second opportunity. Before I give you precisely your declaration for today's activity, there's something I want to share with you. Forget all other denominations. Over 2,000 years ago, precisely, after a pope celebrated the Mass, as he was processing from the altar to the sacristy, he stood, he was in a trance, and they were looking at his face. He was so frightened. And what happened? After some time, he came back to himself. And it was then he said, he had Jesus and Satan talking. Satan said, Jesus should give him some time that he's going to conquer the world. And Jesus said, you have all time if you think you can conquer the world. The next thing he said, give me men. Jesus said, I can't give you men that you want to use to conquer the world. You go and sit there for them. If you can take, you take. If you can't take, you take. And it was then a prayer was composed. And as at now, I think everybody needs to look at this prayer and ask God for protection and guidance. If you look at that picture, that's St. Michael the Archangel. He was the one who threw Satan down from heaven down to earth. He's the protector of the world. We need prayers. This is not ordinary in Nigeria. So that your time will be very okay. Every child needs prayers all the time. Listen to the prayers. God be praised for the freshness of the morning and the dawning of this new day. Blessed Michael, we come upon your special custody over us. Please shield us all from all body and spiritual peril. Help us to be truly Christian. Listen, help us to be truly Christian in today's activities and leisure moments. Inspire us to do good, to shun evil, and to remember how precious we are to the giver of this new day. Amen. The second one is this: St. Michael the Archangel, defend us in the battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and snares of the devil. May God rebuke him, we only pray. And by thou, O Prince of the heavenly hosts, by the power of God, cast into hell Satan and all the evil spirits who prowl about the world, seeking for the ruin of souls. Satan wants to destroy three things. Listen, the family, the youth, and the church. These three things. So you can imagine some youths, the things they do now. You will kill your mother because of money. You will sleep, have sex with your sister because of money. So many things. So you want to wonder what is happening. I need you to pray. I need you to pray yourself to God every time you wake up, anytime you are moving, anytime you are doing anything. You need to pray and ask God to protect you and everybody around you and the world especially. Thank you very much. Now, thank you. The trap of the lost purpose, living with a wife. That is what we have last. Please can we go back to the trap of lost purpose, living without a wife. No, like what you showed before I came down. Okay. Yes, this one. Many students wake up, even mothers. You scroll your phone. The handset has separated families. We no longer discuss as family. You will enter a house. The mother is there with her phone. The son is here. The child, the daughter, the father. That communication, that family communication is gone completely because of the phone. It is good, but if you allow the phone to control you, the phone will destroy you. A week ago, a month ago, a child, a boy was inside Keke and he was playing with his phone. The phone fell down along airport road. He jumped from the Keke and went to, he just bent down to pick the phone. A jeeper just came and smashed him. They couldn't even pick his remains from the ground. The phone. And that is what a lot of us do. Without thinking of any other thing again. Without even thinking if we have dreams. Without even trying to ask our heart, what do you think I should do today? Or your mind, direction for your mind. Hear me clearly. You were not born by accident. You are a solution waiting to happen. You are what? A solution waiting to what? To happen. Don't let anyone deceive you that education is a scam. Don't believe believe that HK or Yahoo Yahoo is the way forward. Don't. Because a boy went to see the doctor, the mother carried the boy to see the doctor. The doctor was looking at the child, the boy, 14 years. The mother didn't know, and the doctor asked him, what are you thinking about? And the mother said, why are you asking my son? Because some mothers are very stupid, I'm sorry to say. They are not supposed to be mothers. Why are you asking my son that question? The doctor said, madam, calm down. What are you thinking about? And the boy just flared up. I don't tire for this life. Every recharge card I not be buy. My mates that they do Yahoo Yahoo, they build house, they buy motor and everything. Then the doctor told the mother, have you heard? Don't let anybody deceive you that these things are right. They have price to pay. They have price. They don't just do them. They have price. I was meant to understand there is a medicine they do and put in their car. If they carry a girl, they sit down, the womb is gone. The womb is gone. So in the near future, most girls will not be able to give birth to children. These are the evil things that are in the society. The world needs what only you can give. Did you hear that? The world needs what? What only you can give. How do you find your purpose? Ask yourself, what will I still do joyfully even if no one paid me? What will I do even if no one is looking at me or no one is offering me money? These days, ask a little child to come and push a car. How much? You are in trouble. Try different roles. Be a library prefect. Join the drama club or debate. You may discover a hidden talent in you, like I told you. Read the stories of great men and women. Let their journeys light your path. Pray, reflect, meditate, listen to your soul. It knows the way. Purpose gives power to your existence. Without it, even wealth and success will feel empty. The call to ethical leadership become the example. You don't need to be a governor or a president to lead. No. Leadership begins when you choose integrity over popularity. As a class captain, lead with fairness. If a friend is crying to drugs, intervene. If someone plans to cheat, dissuade them, never join them. If others follow the crowd, dare to stand alone. Leadership is not about titles, it's about truth, courage, and character. Even when no one is watching, do what is what? Good. Even when no one is watching. Nation building starts now with you. A corrupt student today becomes a corrupt leader tomorrow. It's that simple. But an honest and hardworking student becomes a beacon of justice, a voice of reasoning, and a leader worth following. If we want a better Nigeria, it must begin with us now. And it must begin with integrity, even when it is hard. Discipline, especially when no one is looking. Academic excellence, built on effort, not shortcuts. Strong values, the backbone of every great society. Nigeria doesn't just need change, it needs change makers. Will you be one? I'm asking you. Yes. And so be it. A final charge. Yeah. Can I please, those of you, these people that cannot see, the final charge, I need you to just share it among some people. Okay. Now I invite you to make a promise, not to me, but to yourself, your future, and your country. Can you stand up if you see this? All the students stand up. I need us to go with it. Just share with those who can see it. Now take it. I am what? Go ahead. I will not waste my life. I will give it. I was born into a great country, Nigeria. I believe in my country, Nigeria. Nigeria needs leaders with strong vision. Leaders who have an So many teachers have come to me that they have presentation. But first, we want to take our final talk, and the time allows us to take more presentations. We lost 1 hour or thereabout, so we didn't start at 9. Now, earlier I hinted that we have a young entrepreneur. In everything that we are doing here today, you want to make impact by creating wealth, right? You want to make money, right? And so we have somebody to talk to us along that line. And I just want to invite, we already have his profile there. I just want to invite the founder and group CEO of Winnock Solar, which is Winnock Group, to come and share his thoughts with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know you've been sitting here for long, but thank you for your patience. Sorry, can I leave it to you? Sir, can I leave it? So my name is Gcuob, the founder and CEO, group CEO of Winnock Group. I'm sorry, I'll walk around a bit as well. Okay, I have to station here. All right. So I know my Oga that introduced me said I'll be talking to you about money, but unfortunately I won't be doing that. Because why? Because actually the reason why I make money is because it's my calling, right? Some of you have been called to be doctors, some of you have been called to be teachers, some of you have been called to be musicians, right? So for me, I make money, yes, but money does not make me, okay? I use my money to do good. God has given me money to be able to bless people and also to employ people. I spent about 1.5 million of my own money coming from Abuja to talk to you people because of the calling that God has for my life. So please stop attaching yourself to money. If you are not a billionaire, it doesn't mean you are useless. Okay? Some of us are designed, right, to do things like feed people through farming, empower people through education. When it comes to be a teacher, so this addiction to money baffles me. Okay? Don't let money define you. So with that said, I quickly want to go into my story. First of all, I'm talking to you today about failing forward and how to get rewarding leadership. Okay, like was said, my name is Gcuob, and interestingly, I want to say that it feels like all the speakers that spoke were actually laying the foundation for what I want to talk about, right? Because first of all, one of my businesses is a renewable energy company. It's recognized globally, right? Secondly, I was in the United Kingdom from 2000 to 2019, like the pastor was talking about. So I was one of those people that was doing extremely well in the UK, right? And then thirdly, I'll touch on it. I was one of the very bad boys in school. I'll touch on it shortly. And finally, I love what Mommy said about we being future leaders in Nigeria, because that's why I came back to Nigeria. I was earning £500 every day as an IT consultant, but I came back. I took a decision in 2019 to give up my residence permit to come back to do what I'm doing now. My business over the last 5 years, I've built it to a point where it doesn't need me. So now I have time to talk to you. So please, I'll take just very few minutes of your time, tell my story, and then we'll have maybe 5 minutes Q&A. So, like I said, my story. So I attended King's College Lagos. How many of you know King's College Lagos? But guess what? I didn't finish on King's College, right? I was kicked out in SS1. Do you know why I was kicked out? Because I refused to listen to people like this. I thought they were just talking English. They didn't know what we were doing. By day, we were students in class, not listening. And by night, I was in Gcuob Beach, right? I would jump out of school, go and smoke weed with children, hanging out with prostitutes at 13, 14 years old, right? So guess what? That led me to not facing my studies. That led me to being the worst performer in school. And that led me to being kicked out, right? And you would think that was the end of it. I did my WAEC in one special center, right? And you would think that was the end of it. Eventually, my elder sister pleaded with my parents after I did SS3 to let me go abroad and study. My father said, no, this child is useless. I'm not going to waste my money on this guy, my hard-earned money. Eventually, they let me go. Did I change? No. I started acting out, we'll keep it real. There's no need to pretend because sometimes we act like we haven't been in your shoes, so we'll keep it real. I hung out with Yahoo boys. I was a master of it. I did credit card fraud. I was a master of it, right? But then, when I was 25 years old, I was a failure until I was 25. Street guy, you know, cool, all of that. All of a sudden, some of my friends got arrested and got deported. And around that time, I came across a book from a man called Tony Robbins. It's called Notes to a Friend. I just saw it in someone's hand. I said, I'm interested in that book. And when I read that book, my life began to change. Okay? I read that book, and me, somebody like told me that in SS1, I was kicked out, right? By the time I was in UK, I was a waste, smoking weed and everything. I won't hide it. But by the time I turned 25 and I came across this book, I ended up finishing University of East London, with 2-1 in computer and business information systems, right? Thank you. But that's not the end of it. From then on, I started reading books, right? I developed a philosophy called not reading is better than not reading. If you know what not reading means, you are reading, you are sleeping up, you are tired. Okay? If you read only one line, you are better than somebody that is not reading. So let me hear you say not reading is better than not reading. Not reading. Okay, so no matter how tired you are, read your books. Now, did it end there? I graduated. Immediately I graduated, I was kicked out from school, that I almost did not go to university. I ended up working in IT, right? I became a top IT consultant quickly. Okay? I was earning 500 pounds a day. How many of you know Discovery Channel? Discovery Channel. How many of you know Sky Sports football? I was a project manager for Sky Sports, managing a 1.5 billion pounds project. So, so how did I go once a day from being kicked out of King's College, a prestigious school, like an assembly ground like this? The principal called my name and said, top 3 students. They called them worst 3 students. I was the worst in the whole school. They kicked me out. Big shame, right? So, like the philosopher said, you know the oak tree is very big, right? And the philosopher said, as the acorn seed, which is where the oak tree come from, become the oak tree, or was the oak tree always in the acorn seed, right? So my oak tree has clearly always been in my acorn seed because I cannot transform to what I was not. So why was I a failure? And how did I become who I am, right? Today, I'm 39 years old. I'm happily married, beautiful wife, with 3 children, wonderful children. I'll be 40 in 2 weeks' time. I employ 75 people. Literally, Chinese people in Nigeria in the solar space call me for advice, okay? And in fact, my vision for my solar company is to be a top 3 solar brand. Because I can speak to you, there's no Nigerian or African company that is great in solar. So I challenge all of you, in any space that you are in. Sorry, I was supposed to back my phone. Sorry about that. In any space that you are in, right? You need to challenge yourself that you will be the best in that space. Because what you are doing is not for yourself alone, it's for your future generations. It's such a shame that we have brilliant people like you, intelligent people like you, blessed people like you that are wasting your talent simply because you don't believe in yourself, simply because you listen to your peers, simply because you don't have a mind of your own, which leads me to my next slide. So now I want to talk to you about peer pressure. The reason why I was failing was because I wasn't listening to myself, right? I wasn't listening to my parents. I was listening to people around me. So why are we all impressed by peer pressure, right? We all want to feel accepted and respected, okay? You want to be the coolest guy, then I'll walk like this. You understand? As somebody not become big boy. They respect you, okay? They respected you. So that's why it's natural to us as human beings. We want to be accepted and respected. So we try to fit in and be seen as cool. We fear judgment and doubt our own views, right? You may be among your friends, you guys are about to do something, you're about to smoke weed, you're about to jump out of class and not go to class. Your mind is telling you this is wrong, but you don't speak out because you don't want to be judged by yourself. So that's why. Now, social media is magnifying that now. I know mommy said phone, right? Phone, we are all stuck to our phone now. But I want to say, the interesting thing about life is everything that has a bad perspective can also have a good perspective, okay? The same social media that is impressing you negatively. So people are using it to make millions legitimately. So it depends on how you want to use it. You can use it to destroy your life, or you can use it to upgrade your life, okay? But today I'm talking about it to influence it negatively. So we are influenced by strangers, not just friends now. Some guy picks up a phone and says, oh, that he was having such a lovely party last night, taking tramadol, taking all these drugs. In fact, it's like your generation has graduated from my generation. All these things you guys are taking now. I pray for you 10 years time. Okay, you guys are on another level. So you now say, let me try it. But this is somebody you don't know because you have no self-esteem, like mommy said. You have no self-esteem, you don't believe in yourself, you start copying strangers. The trend is spreading faster and we follow crowd without thinking. Next slide. So what are the negative effects of peer pressure? I'll point to 3 quickly. The first one is poor physical health. They talk about don't take hard drugs, right? They talk about don't have sex, okay? But the reason is because your body is a machine, right? This purpose that you want to achieve, this goal, this big man that you want to be, or big woman, this successful person in any field of the devil, you need your machine to be able to achieve it. You need it to be functioning fully, right? You need it to be able to pick up when you tell it to go. But if you are taking tramadol and it's destroying your kidney, destroying your liver, destroying your heart, how are you going to be successful? So it's practical, okay? It's not about morals alone, it's practical, right? You're everyday addicted to alcohol. How are you going to use your body positively when you are destroying it? So it's a practical reason, okay? If you eat good food, salad, good fish, all of that, your body will respond well. Your body will serve you well. But if you destroy it, you will not be able to achieve your goal, right? So that's the reason. It's quite straightforward. By feeding yourself, taking care of your health, not being influenced by peers, right? They tell you come and take one hard drug. You remember that the boy at gas station shampoo because I want to be number one. I want to save Nigeria. I want to make my papa take proud of me. I want to save my community. You are remembering that you shouldn't take that hard drug because you need your body to achieve that goal. Does that make sense? It's that simple. The second one very quickly is poor mental health, right? It affects your mental health. You are trying to impress others, and that makes you act against your true self, right? You know the right thing, but you don't do it because you want to impress others. You are faking and you lose your identity, and this often leads to mental stress, right? You're having mind chatter, okay? Your mind is not supposed to be chattering all the time if you are connected to your true purpose. If your mind is telling you that this thing I'm about to do is not the right thing, follow it, believe in yourself. Do you understand? And being authentic actually protects your mental well-being. And because of time, I'll go to the third one quickly. Poor financial health. Who knows about Dorime? Dorime, you want to bamba. You want to chill with the big boys, right? I Dorime. But guess what? I Dorime, but I couldn't even spell Dorime. I was so dumb, but I was a big boy in the streets. I was wasting money, right? Wasting money. I just mentioned now that I spent 1.5 million naira of my own money to come and talk to you guys. Who agrees that it's a better use of money than going to pop bottles? Coming to inspire the youth. Do you agree that it's a better use of money than going to spend money in club popping bottles? Right? So instead of trying to impress people with money, right? Just be yourself. Your friend is saying that they have more money than you. Maybe God has called them to be rich. God may have called you to be a teacher, but it doesn't mean you are useless. Stop trying to impress people. Yeah? See, the clothes I'm wearing is nice, but my clothes does not make me. Okay? My net worth is not equal to my self-worth. My self-worth is not determined by my net worth. Okay? No matter how much money I have in the bank, I may be empty emotionally. I may be empty mentally. I may be poor spiritually. Right? So learn that the material things that we pursue is just a representation of value. Okay? It's not value in itself. Stop pursuing money. Money doesn't determine your self-worth. Money doesn't determine your self-worth. You are who you are from heaven. God has already made you worthy, right? And don't envy people, because people you are envying. Some people go out, big man, they clap for them, but oh, they are crying. And if you doubt with Google, you will see so many billionaires in dollars that are committing suicide. And if money was what makes every people happy, then why are they committing suicide? If God has come to be a businessman, do it. But please, by God, don't commit your life trying to chase what you are not. Okay? Next slide, please, and I'm rounding up. Okay, so my challenge to you, very quickly, my last slide. My challenge to you is to be the influencer and not the influenced. Be the influencer and not be influenced. Okay? One, discover your passion and invest deeply in it. Success and wealth will follow. By the way, just because you're a teacher doesn't mean you'll be poor. If you are so good and you are going globally to lecture, you go to Harvard, they'll pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars. There are lecturers and teachers that write books that sells millions of copies globally. Okay? There are doctors and surgeons that they pay them millions of dollars for operation. So follow your passion. Yahoo, I promise you, I was in lifestyle. It's a waste of your life. Complete waste of your life. Complete waste. I wish I had someone like me to talk to me like this when I was younger. I was just like this guy. I was just like this guy when I started my journey and wasting my life, right? By the way, I was watching you, you were paying so much attention. What's your name? Right, you're going to be great. I was watching you since. I was just like him. Right? So if from when I was 10, 11, I was listening to good advice, I would have been greater than where I am today. Okay? So find your purpose, find your passion. You already know it is in your heart, right? It could be music, it could be art, it could be sports, it could be medicine. Follow it, and trust God. God will get you to where you're supposed to get to. And then two, build your mind, body, and spirit through daily habits like reading, journaling, praying, meditating, and exercising, right? 3 days ago, I used this example. I told my personal assistant, get me books, right? And then she was so busy that day, so she couldn't get it. In the evening, I said, where are the new set of books I said you should buy? She said that, oh, sorry, I was so busy. Tomorrow I will get it. I was driving home. I got home. I was about to eat dinner. And I told my wife, I was just that I was shaking. My wife said, why are you shaking? I said, man, I don't have any book right now to read. I have to run to Robin Heights to buy books quickly so that I could read the following morning, right? I landed yesterday to Asaba so that I could get here in the Ughelli. Do you know that I took 31 hour reading on my way from Asaba to Ughelli? I read 50 pages of the book. I was telling mommy, one search for meaning, right? You can do it too. Finally, add value to your society. It brings your family and it brings your pride to your family and creates a better world. The America that you see today, right? I have an iPhone. That phone was built by a man called Steve Jobs and his team. Steve Jobs is no better than you. It's just that Steve Jobs spent his time on things that are useful to the world. Okay? So at the end of it, the only thing you have is the same 24 hours as me, as everyone else. How you use it is what matters the most. Do you use it pursuing boys and girls? Or do you use it building yourself so that you can become a better person? Do you use it pursuing drugs? Or do you use it pursuing good food and not nourishing yourself so that your body can serve you? Do you use it finally to watch porn and all this stuff? And I'm not judging you because I was a master. And if I was your age back then, I would probably be the one leading. I would be sitting in the back saying this boring man should lead me quickly. But today, I lead a global company, employ 75 people, simply because I stopped following peer pressure. So I encourage you that, ironically, by walking your own path, you will earn respect, not just from your peers, but from the world. My company, Win Up Solar, was listed 3 weeks ago as the 6th fastest growing company in Nigeria. Okay? 6th fastest growing company. By Financial Times, I was just thinking about my office. I was thinking about my investor just said to me, congratulations. I said, congratulations for what? What have I done? Then I saw it, right? I wasn't pursuing that. I just came back to influence Africans, to act positively, and now the world is respecting me. While some of my friends that I hung out with them are in jail today. And it can be you tomorrow. It can be you. Yes, you. You behind there. Yes, you. You can either be where I am today, inspiring people on the platform of future leaders in 20 years' time, or you can be in jail or in the grave faster than your time. I leave it there. Thank you.
I will tell you now, take it home. For everything you heard today should be able to guide you for life. What you do with it matters. From mommy to the professors, down to auntie who spoke to you about behavioral deviations, and now to Sonny who lost it and found it again. I believe you know where you fit. So don't waste your time. Don't bow down to peer pressure. Be who you should be. And God bless you all.
Thank you. First Timothy 6:6 says, godliness with contentment is what? Great gain. So in all of this, if we invite godliness, we can be sure of one thing. There will be what? Great gain. We are going to have group photographs when we round this up with our esteemed panel of speakers. We are supposed to have a panel discussion, but we recognize that our time is deeply spent and there's no need for that really. Have we been impacted? Have we received from here today something positive? Okay. Would you want us to continue? You want us to have it another year? You want us to have it another year? So, would you join us to give a round of applause to our speakers? Thank you. So, please be seated. So, we would like maybe one person per school. We want questions. If in all of this you have something that really agitated your mind in the course of the presentation, or you want clarification on any particular issue, please let us have your questions. Any question? That's a question, yes. Please come forward.
The question, my question goes like this. How possible is it for someone to have a low esteem, even when he or she is brilliant? How possible is it when a person is brilliant and he or she is still having a low esteem?
Yes, how possible is it?
Enough pick. Calvin. Never pick. Just stand now. The card will give you. Say the card will give you now.
Now listen. Ask the question. How possible? Somebody that is brilliant has low self-esteem. If you don't use the word low self-esteem, you can say low self-concept. What you see about yourself. It is possible in the sense that it depends on the home you grow up. you were brought up, how you were treated, how you were talked down, how you were compared, negatively and all. Your self-concept or your self-esteem, it starts from the home. Even in the home, they compare children. Look at you don't know anything. This one is better. Your brother is better than you. You can't even pass. You can't even read. You have a big head. You don't do this at all. You are destroying the child's esteem. And the child begins to see himself or herself according to the description that you give. Then you can be intelligent because of what God has placed in you, or the challenges you have seen, and you decide to say, I want to do, I want to be intelligent. But that low self-concept and low self-esteem or what have you, it starts from the house. That is why we parents, our brothers, siblings, we have to be very careful when we are dealing with children. Because the first 5 years of a child makes that child's life. The first 5 years, the child is like a come here, watches you with other mothers, siblings in the house. Whatever you do, register. So that high self-concept, a lot of people don't have it. A lot have it. The same thing that makes a lot of girls fall prey when it comes to sexual issue because of those self-concepts. If I say no to this boy, he will not agree to follow me again or to be my boyfriend, and you will give me. If they touch you anyhow, you will not even say, stop touching me. Don't touch. Talk to me. You want to say, you want to tell them to stop touching you, and they will not come around you. Sorry, you are going to destroy you. So you need to have high self-concept. High self-concept is not pride. It's not pride at all. But you look at yourself that I can do this thing. I can read and pass this thing. I can perform this task. I am a human being. I am good. I am very okay. Give me any task. I will struggle and manage it. I will pass and I will pass it. You build a high self-concept. Is that clear? Did it answer your question? Yes or no?
We just want to say, if you have questions, write them so we can collect them. Because coming out to ask questions to differently, we waste our time. If you have questions, please write it down. So for participating schools that are here, please you will step out while our chairman makes presentation to you. And the teacher representing the school and one of the students will come forward.
Nice.
One teacher, one student. Gcuob International School. Gcuob International School. Gcuob International School. St. Teresa Girls Grammar School.
Let me snap again. Not flash again. Except please snap.
Ughelli Secondary School. Ughelli Secondary School.
Let the college become forward. The college, please come forward. Some educational centers will also get ready. The college, one. Ughelli Secondary School, Ughelli. Will be followed by a Gcuob Grammar School. Will be followed by a Gcuob Grammar School. Following the Gcuob Grammar School is Petra Christian Academy. Following Petra Christian Academy, Anglican Girls Grammar School, AGGS. Bishop Agoriwe Memorial Anglican West Grammar School. Gcuob Demonstration Secondary School. Gcuob Demonstration Secondary School. Gcuob Grammar School, please get ready. Come forward. Come forward, please. Gcuob Mixed Secondary School. Gcuob Mixed Secondary School. Okay. Pakistan Educational Center. Pakistan Educational Center. Last but not the least, Government College Ughelli. Government College Ughelli.
But look front, man.
Apex Business General Institute. Apex General Business Institute. Okay, so let us deal with some of the questions. I'm going to be very brief about it. I'm going to be very brief about it because I'm telling this. This question says, how can you use your value to influence others when they do not seem to appreciate your value? How can you use your value to influence others when they do not seem to appreciate your value? How can a person live depression? That is, how can somebody overcome depression? This one says, how can you relieve masturbation and drug addiction, whereby the environment or school you are don't care about your personal life? This one is very interesting. Is hard work the only way to success?
Yes, 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 yes.
So,
Yes,
at the guidance of our chairman, these questions will be answered after the group photo. So, all speakers will respectfully invite you to stand up so that we can have a group photo. Class of 38. Class of 38, please come forward. GCU, Old Boys Association, class of 38.
I'm not telling you. That's my question. Tell you. I want to use brackets. Yeah? We'll go see them. Check first now. Check, yes.
Flatten the camera, whether you can take wider picture. Flatten. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Hey, what's my?
Yeah, hold on. Baby, hold on. Excuse me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I said sorry. Hold on for. Kevin, color. Right there. Let's go to the Veronica. Again, yeah, Commissioner. Hello, wait, sir. Wait, sir. Wait, no, stay again, stay again.
No, that's no, it's
stay
okay, it's
again.
okay, it's
No,
okay.
just you.
There's no time.
Hello, please. Allow me to go like this first. Please, let me this stage. Go like this first. Please, get up now. Go. Let me know people share. Go like this first. I know. Let me plug the stage for you. I know. You take that shot. Yeah, sit down. Nice. Go, right? Hello, sir. Like this. Kevin, are we not that? Yeah, yeah. Hey! Kevin. Sir, one camera. Hey, leave the front, you leave the front. Come here, Conley. Yes, the SP. Oh, wait. Father, please. What? The Hi, hold on, start closing. Hold on. No, I'm confused.
It's been a wonderful ride today.